Hello Internet, welcome to the Doing Ideas channel. This is lesson 3 on JavaScript. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about data types. We have two main types of data types. We have primitive data types and we have composite data types. Primitive data types are number, string, boolean, undefined and null. Undefined and null are special types of primitive data types. I'll explain that later. First, let's take on number. Numbers can be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers. And it also can be decimal numbers like 10.50 is also falls into the category of number. So let's define a number. I'm going to my main.js and we have already done a number. We have defined a number. My age equals to 26. So this is a number. Let's take on a string. String is a set of characters that is in between a single quotation. We have a string as well. Okay, my name is a string and my age is a number. Next, boolean. Boolean can be true or false. A boolean data type can have only true or false, two values. Either it's true, or it's false. Undefined data type is, we already have talked about it. Undefined is a value that a particular variable gets once it gets declared. So if we do, so x, y and z have undefined is the value. So that's where we use undefined. And we have null. Null is a value that we can give to a variable like so. Okay, so that covers the primitive data types: number, string, boolean, undefined and null. In the future you will see this error. It's called nan. What is nan? Nan is when you do something to a number that you're not supposed to do. For example, let's create a variable called not a number. So let's divide my age by a string. This gives a nan error. So if we console log not a number, we will get the value of not a number. So let's check in our console. Go to our console and refresh. We get nan, when nan stands for not a number. So if we do something like that, we divide a number by a string which is meaningless, we get not a number. Number is not equivalent to anything else, not even to itself. What does that mean? Let's create another nan number. Let's say I'm going to name this again number, okay, and I'm going to divide 30 by hello, and let's console that out log that out as well. We have number. And let's take a look. Now we have not a number. For this console, not a number is the variable not a number. It has the value of nan, and number is also has the value of nan. But these are not equal. So if you create a if statement, if not a number equals to number, alert, okay, but that's not going to happen. Not a number, nan is not equal to anything. Okay, so what do you expect? Nan is not equal to anything. That's really creepy, right? We are not supposed to get that. We are supposed to get okay, because not a number, the value of that is nan, and the number variable's value is also nan, but we get nan is not equal to anything. That means these are not the same. So nan is not equal to anything. So do put that into your mind. Nan is something that a nan error is something that you will get a lot in the future when we get into more complex coding and check out other third-party libraries. So keep that in mind. Okay, so that covers that a bit. Now let's move on to composite data types. We have two composite data types. We have arrays and objects. Arrays are, yes, it's also similar to a variable. It's a container for values. So var array equals, but it can contain multiple number of values. We can contain 12, 34, and another string. It can contain a string. String can contain Boolean values like true, anything like that. So it doesn't, an array shouldn't have to have a type. So it can have multiple different types of variable values inside the array. So 12 is a number, string is a string, true is a Boolean value. So all that is possible. So to access a value in a particular array, we have to use something like this: array, square brackets, and the number place. It's 0 based. So 12 is in the first, is the 0 is 12, 1 is 34. If we console log that out, so let's do that. Console.log and check it out. Okay, we should remove that alert. Go to our console. It's 12. So array 0, array in dice is 12. So it's 0 based. So it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And arrays have properties, special properties like length, which will give us the answer of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And we get 4. There you go. Let's remove this bit. Okay, so that's an array. Next we have objects. Var object. We define object with curly brackets, and we have key value pairs. So this is going to be name or whatever value that you want. It can be x, and that's the x is the key, and the value of x is going to be on after the colon. So after the colon, the value of x, and same goes to y, value of y. Simple as that. I think you shouldn't. Yeah, sorry about that, I made a simple mistake. These shouldn't have single quotations. These are indices, and this can have single quotations or it cannot have. It might not have. So x can be a number 10. So that's an object. Now the question comes, how do we access a object property like x? We access them like using, we have two options. We can use the dot notation like we did in the console log, which is console is object, log is a function. Same way if we can access object values, object properties. So we can say object, and the key, which is x, which will give you the value of x. Same way we can do with square brackets. So y, which will give the value of y, object y property. So it will give you 10. Oops, we have undefined. Oops, we have to have single quotations here, and we get 10. Okay, so now you know primitive data types and composite data types. Yes, it's a lot to handle, but all these are the only data types you will ever find in JavaScript. So get this into head and move on forward after that. Okay, I'll see you on the next lesson. Do subscribe, share, like my tutorials if you like them, and if you have any suggestions, do make them as comments. I will read and improve how I teach and what I teach. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Take care.